seems we walk without making progress. But this message is the sign of clarity you've been asking for. You don't need to look for answers outside yourself. What you are about to hear will change your perspective on well-being. Pay close attention to every word, because today a thought was closed forever is opening. It is a moment of peace that brings us together today. I want you to take a deep breath and realize that your presence in this video is not a coincidence. It is essential that you listen to this with an open heart. Often, life places us before walls that seem impossible to climb. We feel that exhaustion is overcoming us and that solutions are slipping further and further from our grasp. However, there is a spiritual truth I want to share with you. The most difficult moments are often preparation for a stage of greater fulfillment. Keep your attention here, because this is for you. Sometimes we experience what happened to those who wandered through the desert thousands of years ago. We become so accustomed to the daily struggle and scarcity that we end up accepting suffering as normal. We're afraid to look ahead because the unknown frightens us, even when what we've left behind is painful. Have you ever felt trapped in a routine that only exhausts you? Faith isn't about ignoring your problems, but about understanding that your current situation isn't your final destination. What you're about to discover today will give you the strength to keep going. God knows perfectly well the weight of your responsibilities and the anguish you feel when the bills don't add up or when your health seems to be failing. You're not walking alone, even if the silence of the night makes you believe otherwise. It is vital that you do not withdraw. As we are working to improve your well-being, every challenge you faced has been a lesson in resilience. But today, the message is one of renewal. It's no longer a time to look back with nostalgia or lament what might have been. It's time to recognize that there is a higher order that cares for your needs in ways that human logic doesn't always understand. Trust the process that is beginning right now. Your perseverance has been noticed. Those nights of worry about your family's sustenance and well-being are finding a peaceful answer. The path ahead is not the same one you have traveled until now. It is a new path designed for you to experience divine provision in your daily life. Listen carefully, for your vision of the future is about to change. Do you want to keep repeating the same cycles of worry? Or are you ready to receive guidance that will transform your reality? The answer lies in your spirit's willingness to accept that you deserve to live with peace and hope. Stay a little longer. What follows is the key to your tranquility. Write, "I accept my renewal." In the comments, if you feel this message resonates with your current situation and want to strengthen your connection with this word of hope. Don't miss what comes next, because the clarity you seek is in the next part. This is the second stage of our journey. It's crucial that you stay focused, because what we're about to delve into will change how you view your current challenges. We often become so fixated on what we lack that we forget the power of restoration already at work in our favor. Let's think for a moment about those times when it seems we've lost everything. There's a well-known story about human resilience and faithfulness. The life of a man who, in an instant, saw his world crumble. He lost his livelihood, his well-being, and even the support of those he loved most. Listen carefully, because your situation has a similar outcome. This man, in the midst of profound sorrow, remained steadfast. He refused to let bitterness dictate his future. And this is where the message becomes personal for you. Life has cycles. And even though you may feel like you're at your lowest point today, the law of the Spirit teaches us that after every trial comes a much greater reward. Don't give up now. We're reaching the peak of your strength. It's not just about recovering what you've lost, but about receiving renewed stability, a peace that surpasses all understanding, and a provision that will far exceed your previous expectations. It is vital that you understand that your struggle is not only against external circumstances, Sometimes we think our problem is just debt, a family conflict, or a setback at work. But the truth is, there's an internal battle for your hope. Discouragement tries to convince you that nothing will change, that your efforts are in vain. Stay with me, because we're dismantling that lie. There's a higher power within you, a divine spark that's far more powerful than any obstacle the world throws your way. Have you ever stopped to observe nature? See how life flourishes without anxiety. The birds don't worry about tomorrow, and yet they never lack sustenance. If you are a beloved and unique creation, how could you think you would be abandoned? Your worth is immeasurable. Don't define yourself by your failures or by the times you felt you couldn't go on. Your approach needs to change right now. Instead of focusing on the magnitude of your difficulty, begin to see the extent of the protection that surrounds you. A very high price has been paid so that you have the freedom today to choose faith over fear. As you understand that you are worthy of well-being, something within you transforms. Scarcity ceases to be a reality and becomes a memory, and your mind begins to identify opportunities where before it only saw closed doors. I invite you to stop for a second and reflect on this. With complete sincerity, recognize your identity. You are not adrift. You are someone with a clear purpose and a rightful inheritance of peace. Stay until the end of this video, because what follows will give you the practical tools to activate that tranquility in your daily life. If you feel this message is renewing your hope, write in the comments, "I walk in fullness." This helps your mind reaffirm the confidence we are building together. We still have much to discover in the following parts, and what follows is crucial for your peace of mind. This is the third stage of our meeting, and it's vital that you keep your attention here, because we're getting into the core of how your inner attitude determines your outer reality. Often, the noise of daily worries prevents us from hearing the guidance we need to move forward. I want you to do something with me right now. Acknowledge aloud your place as someone who deserves tranquility. Say confidently, "I am ready to receive the peace and well-being that are rightfully mine." Let that statement resonate within you. Don't stop now, because the message is gaining depth. Many times, financial worries act like a wall that blocks our vision. We focus so much on what's missing that we shut the door to the solutions that are already on their way. Imagine your confidence as a channel. When you allow fear and anxiety to fill it, the flow of tranquility stops. It's critical that you hear this. Anxiety doesn't solve your debts. It only drains your energy. Let's recall the story of the sailors who, in the midst of a fierce storm, woke their guide terrified. He, with absolute calm, restored order and asked him a question that resonates with you today. Where is your security? Stay connected with me, because this question is for your life today. Do you only trust when the sky is clear? Or are you able to remain calm even when the wind blows fiercely? True spiritual strength is demonstrated by stability during uncertainty. I've seen many people who, after years of effort and hope, give up just when they're one step away from achieving their goal. They tire of waiting and abandon the path when the finish line is already in sight. Don't let that happen to you. Sometimes the final stretch is the most demanding, but it's also the one that precedes the greatest reward, that your well-being will arrive at the right time, not a second before or after. There's a time to sow seeds and a time to reap the harvest. It's pointless to despair and try to force results with an anxiety that only harms you. Do your part with excellence, but entrust the final outcome to a wisdom greater than your own. Keep listening, because understanding the balance between effort and trust is the key to everything. There is a principle that defies common logic: generosity. We often think that to have more, we must hold on to everything that comes our way. However, life teaches us that well-being flows more freely when we are able to share even from what little we have. I'm not talking about impossible sacrifices, but rather a disposition of the soul that understands that mutual support is the foundation of community prosperity. Stay until the end, because what we're going to discuss in the next part will unlock your ability to receive. If you feel you are strengthening your patience today, write in the comments, "I trust in perfect timing." This reaffirms your commitment to your own peace of mind. We are moving towards the middle of this transformative message. Do not retreat. What follows is fundamental to your growth. This is the fourth part of our reflection, and it's crucial that you don't lose track of what we're sharing, because we're about to understand how to activate the results you seek. We often try to solve everything with human logic, but there's a higher order that operates under principles of generosity and action. Stay with me, because this will change the way you act from today onward. There's a natural law of the Spirit. What you choose to give to the world is, ultimately, what the world gives back to you. If you shut yourself off in the fear of losing what little you have, you're cultivating a garden of limitations. But if, even in the most challenging moments, you choose to be a source of help for others, you're sowing seeds of well-being that will grow in your favor. Keep your attention here, because this concept is what unlocks your peace of mind. Let's remember the story of the woman who had only little food to get her through the day. She had no guarantees, no reserves, but when the opportunity arose to help someone else, she did so without hesitation. The result wasn't lack, but a supply that never ran out as long as the need lasted. Listen carefully. Your generosity is the best proof of your trust. I'm not just talking about material things, but about your time, your listening ear, and your kindness. It is essential that you understand that your mindset is the ground where your future grows. I invite you to write in the comments, "Right now, I trust in the abundance of life." Be doing so. So, you're sending a clear signal that you're aligned with a more positive reality. Also, if you feel these words can offer comfort to someone else, please share this reflection. Don't back down, because we're entering the action phase. Sometimes, the biggest obstacle to seeing improvement is sitting back and waiting for things to change on their own. Some people wait for the problem to disappear before they even begin to be grateful. But true spiritual strength lies in giving thanks in advance, walking with the confidence of someone who already knows the solution is on its way. Keep listening, because this attitude is what separates those who move forward from those who remain stuck. Think of that young man who faced a challenge everyone considered impossible. While others saw an invincible giant, he saw an opportunity to prove his conviction. He didn't need heavy armor or sophisticated weapons. His determination and a few obstacles were enough. What is that giant that keeps you up at night today? It could be death, illness, or a family conflict. What matters is not the size of the problem, but the strength of your resolve as you move forward. Your victory doesn't begin when the problem is solved, but when you decide that the problem no longer has power over you. Stand tall and confident. Start speaking and acting like someone who has already overcome this obstacle. The support and guidance you need are appearing in unexpected ways, through a conversation, a new idea, or a door that suddenly opens. Stay alert and don't miss a single moment of what's coming, because we're going to delve into how to maintain this winning mindset. If you are ready to face your challenges with this newfound strength, leave a sign of support for others who are in the same struggle. We still have a long way to go in this message, and the next part is key to consolidating your inner peace. This is the fifth part of our journey, and it's crucial that you don't get distracted now, because we're reaching the point where theory becomes a real experience for your life. We often look for external solutions. But true transformation begins when you decide to let go of the burden you no longer need to carry. Stay with me, because what you're about to understand will soothe your spirit. What is that obstacle that keeps you up at night and seems to have no solution? I want to tell you something with absolute certainty. For the force that sustains the universe, nothing is impossible. Sometimes, the biggest problem isn't the challenge itself, but the exhaustion you feel trying to solve everything on your own. Listen carefully. You are being invited to rest. There is a promise of relief for all who feel burdened and trapped. It's not about giving up, but about surrendering control to a higher wisdom that knows exactly how to restore what is broken. It is vital that you understand that your well-being begins when you stop fighting alone. We often cling to our worries as if suffering over them will somehow solve them. But the truth is, stress clouds judgment and obscures clarity. When you choose to fully trust, you allow new opportunities and answers to come to you. The peace you seek isn't a distant destination. It's a state you can activate today if you choose to let go of disbelief and fear. Stay connected here because we're delving deeper into your inner peace. To support you on this journey of growth and help you keep your mind focused on abundance, we've prepared a special resource, a guide of daily reflections designed to strengthen your path towards stability and purpose. Many people have already found these words a tool to transform their mindset and see positive changes in their daily lives. If you feel this is your moment to take a firm step, you'll find access to this material in the first comment. It's an opportunity to invest in your peace of mind and your future. Don't back down, because what we're feeling right now is real. Feel for a moment the calm that begins to surround you. It's not a fleeting emotion or mere momentary relief. It's the certainty that there is a purpose guiding every detail of your existence. You are valuable, and there is a plan of well-being laid out for you, even when you can't see the whole picture. Keep listening, because the true presence of divine guidance manifests in the strength you receive when you thought you couldn't go on. That strength is what sustains you when the world seems silent. It's that clarity that emerges amidst chaos and tells you that everything will be all right. From this moment forward, I invite you to declare a transformation in your perspective. Stop saying giants and start seeing paths. Stop seeing debts and start seeing opportunities for growth. Stay until the very last second, because in the next part, we'll discover how to maintain this connection even on the most difficult days. If you feel a burden lifted from your shoulders today, write in the comments, "I receive my rest." Sharing your feelings helps others realize they are not alone in their search for peace. We are right in the middle of this transformative message. What comes next will consolidate everything we have built so far. This is the sixth part of our reflection, and it's vital that you stay here, because we're going to identify those invisible burdens that are stealing your energy without you even realizing it. Often, the tiredness you feel isn't physical, but of the soul. Listen carefully, because today we're going to release what doesn't belong to you. That serenity that can't be explained with words, that calm that arrives just when everything outside seems chaotic, is the sign that you're not walking alone. No matter where you are right now, the spiritual guidance you need isn't limited by walls or distances. It's there with you, acknowledging every silent effort and every time, despite the pain, you decided to get up. Stay connected here, because this message is the balm your heart has been seeking. Every worry that has kept you awake at night has been understood. We often burden ourselves with weights that aren't ours. Guilt for mistakes that are already in the past. Anxieties about a future that hasn't yet arrived. Or the pressure to live up to others' expectations. It's crucial that you hear this. Today, you are allowed to release that burden. We have been promised a light guide and a path that, while challenging, doesn't have to be an ordeal. Your well-being depends on your ability to trust that there is a greater order watching over you. The mistake we often make is believing that the entire weight of the world rests on our shoulders. We act as if every outcome depends solely on our anxiety. But the reality is that there has always been a higher power to protect us. Stay with me, because we are learning to delegate our anxieties. Begin to release, one by one, those situations that steal your peace. That uncertainty about your livelihood, family conflicts, or doubts about your health, place them in the hands of divine wisdom. It is vast enough to sustain it all while you regain your strength. The most beautiful thing about this care is that it isn't limited to just the major milestones in your life. It manifests in the smallest details, in those you think are unimportant. Nothing that happens to you goes unnoticed. That longing you keep silent, that goal you're afraid to speak aloud, is already known to that presence that dwells within you. Keep listening, because recognizing your worth is the first step to your transformation. When someone says you're special and unique, it's not just an empty phrase to give you a momentary boost. It's a profound truth rooted in your origin. You were designed with a purpose, and your worth is immense. That's why it's time to stop belittling yourself or settling for crumbs of happiness. Don't let temporary circumstances define who you are. Don't leave now. Because what we're going to discuss in the next part will give you the clarity you need to see the opportunities that are in front of you today. If you feel this message is helping you release a heavy burden, write in the comments, "I choose peace over the burden." This reaffirms your decision to live more lightly. We're moving towards the final stretch of this message. Stay tuned, because every word counts in securing your peace of mind. This is the 7th part of our reflection, and it's crucial that you don't get distracted, because we're going to discover how your story can take an unexpected turn when you understand who has your back. Sometimes we accept living with emotional or spiritual deficiencies when we've been offered a life of complete fulfillment. Stay with me, because we're about to see new doors open. Don't settle for less when a path of abundance has been designed for you. The plan for well-being isn't a distant idea. It's a reality being woven right now. Life shows us constant examples of people who started from the bottom and ended up in positions of great influence. Think of those who were unjustly imprisoned and ended up leading nations, or those who went from humble jobs to becoming great guides. Listen calmly. Your starting point doesn't determine your goal. It doesn't matter how many times you've felt like you failed or how many people have doubted your abilities. The opinion that truly matters is that of a higher power telling you today that your story isn't over yet. Stay connected to this place, because clarity is coming to your mind. The peace we begin to feel doesn't depend on everything being perfect on the outside. You can be in the midst of a very difficult situation and still experience a calm that others can't understand. It's a stability that comes from within. It's vital that you understand that your serenity is your greatest strength. Let us remember those who, in situations of confinement and physical pain, chose to maintain an attitude of gratitude. They did not complain or surrender to the darkness. Instead, they lifted their spirits and remained steadfast in their convictions. It was precisely in that state of peace that the barriers that limited them were surprisingly broken. Do not retreat now, because your attitude toward the problem is what activates the solution. When you choose calm over chaos, you are preparing the ground for positive changes that seem impossible. Peace does not mean that problems disappear, but that you have the necessary guidance to overcome them. That light that is now beginning to illuminate your thoughts will allow you to see opportunities where before you only saw walls. You will finally understand why certain paths closed and why it was necessary to wait. Sometimes a closed door is a protection to keep you from entering a place that wasn't right for you. Keep listening, because the confusion is dissipating. When spiritual clarity arrives, fear and doubt lose their power. It's like a lamp being switched on in a dark room. Suddenly, Everything that frightened you loses its hold because you can now see it for what it truly is. Stay until the end, because we're going to learn to make decisions from a place of certainty, not fear. If you feel this message is giving you the clarity you needed to make an important decision, write in the comments, "I see the path clearly." B. Sharing it. You strengthen your own confidence and encourage others to seek that same light. We are approaching the final parts of this message. What follows is the key to maintaining this victory over time. This is the 8th part of our message, and it's crucial that you stay focused because we're talking about the direct guidance you'll receive to resolve your conflicts. We often feel paralyzed, unsure of which direction to take. But today we're reminded that we don't have to decipher the map alone. Stay with me because the answers you've been waiting for are about to manifest. Instead of relying solely on what you can see, you're invited to trust a much broader vision, the solutions you've been seeking. Those doubts that kept you awake at night and caused you anxiety are finding their way to you. Don't expect half-baked solutions or temporary fixes that only soothe the problem for a few days. What's coming is a profound and definitive resolution that will fundamentally transform your situation. Keep your attention here, because clarity is the first step toward your freedom. Sometimes the answer comes through an unexpected conversation, a thought that suddenly makes sense, or an opportunity that appears just when you need it most. But rest assured that the solutions will be accompanied by lasting peace. It's vital that you understand your well-being is being protected. Imagine right now that you are surrounded by a protective sheet, a force that prevents any negativity or ill intention from affecting you. This feeling of security is not an illusion. It is the reality of living under higher guidance. Any discouraging or envious words directed at you lose their power right now. Don't retreat, because we are strengthening your inner security. We have been promised that those who seek refuge in faith will find true rest. That is your current position. You are protected. I invite you to write in the comments, "Walking under divine protection." By making this statement, you are reaffirming your trust and closing the door to fear. Your resilience is not a coincidence. It is the result of a force that sustains you. Think about all the obstacles you've already overcome. It wasn't by luck or chance that you managed to get out of seemingly hopeless situations. It was that invisible protection that kept you going when the going got tough. Even in the moments when you felt too weak to continue, there was something greater that didn't give up on you. That same guidance is still there today and will be there in the future. Keep listening, because transformation also happens in your relationships. Part of overall well-being is having the right people in our lives. Some people unintentionally drain our energy and sow seeds of doubt. It's important to recognize when a renewal is taking place in your environment. Influences that hinder your growth are fading away, and new people are arriving who will inspire you, offer words of encouragement, and walk alongside you toward your goals. Stay until the end, because in the next part we will understand how to identify those allies that life is putting in your path to help you prosper. If you feel you are regaining your strength today, leave a sign of support for the community. We are very close to concluding this message. Don't miss what follows, for it is the ending your spirit needs. This is the 9th part of our meeting, and it's vital that you pay close attention because we're talking about the quality of the people around you. Your environment greatly influences your peace of mind and spirit. Stay with me because today you'll understand who should be in your inner circle and who shouldn't. We've been taught that just as iron is strengthened by contact with iron, we are refined through our relationships. True allies in life are those who inspire you to be a better version of yourself, who challenge you to grow, and who draw you closer to your highest purpose. Listen carefully. God is selecting connections of real value for you. People who will not only be there for your joyful moments, but will also hold your hand when you feel you lack the strength to move forward. It is essential that you stop accepting relationships that only where you down. Don't settle for superficial connections or people who only bring negativity into your day. Seek depth and truth. The spiritual guidance you're receiving today also manifests through friends who pray for you and remind you of your worth when you forget it yourself. Right now, I invite you to reflect on who brings light into your life. Stay connected, because we're doing a necessary cleansing of your environment. Let us offer a thought of gratitude and a prayer for this. I pray that wherever you are, you feel a renewing force surrounding your home, your work, and your family. We ask that any negative influences be removed from your path, and that, in their place, the right people arrive, those who come to add to, build up, and strengthen your faith. Do not withdraw, for the clarity to discern these friendships is coming to you right now. Clear your mind to discern who is meant to support you and who is simply passing through. This wisdom will give you the peace of mind of knowing you are not alone and that every connection in your life has a greater purpose. Your complete well-being is being decreed at this moment, that you are a unique creation, designed with immense care. Don't let the noise of the world make you forget that you have the right to a full life in every aspect. Your personal stability, your relationships, and your health. A new chapter is opening for you, a time when past difficulties become lessons in victory. Keep listening, because the joy of living is returning to your heart stronger than ever. If you feel ready to welcome the right people into your life today, write in the comments, I open my heart to connections of light. Be sharing it. You attract that same energy to yourself and to those who read it. We're reaching the final part of this powerful message. Don't move, because the closing of the script holds the key to sealing your commitment to this new era of peace. This is the 10th and final part of our meeting. I congratulate you on reaching this point, because your perseverance is proof that you are ready to claim the peace that is rightfully yours. We have journeyed along a path of transformation, and now we are at the moment to seal this commitment to your future. Stay with us for these last few seconds, because the final message is what will activate your new reality. You were not created to live a life of striving, chasing after goals that never truly fill the void in your spirit. You have been called to something much higher, to a purposeful existence, where tranquility is not a luxury, but your natural state. Listen with all your heart. Stop accepting the bare minimum when a life of abundance has been prepared for you. Often, we become accustomed to receiving only what is left over, settling for half-hearted joy or fragile stability. But today, you are invited to participate in complete well-being. Victory over your worries is no longer a distant possibility. It is a decree that you can accept right now through your conviction. It is essential that you close this cycle with confidence. I invite you to say to yourself, with all the strength of your being, I receive today the fullness and clarity that are rightfully mine. Let that idea take root in your mind and guide your actions from this moment forward. Your confidence is the key that unlocks all the doors that were previously closed. To maintain this connection and deepen your personal growth, I want to remind you that our daily reflection guide is available. It's a tool designed to accompany you each morning and remind you of your worth. Many have already taken this step and are seeing their perspective transform. If you feel this is your moment to act, secure access awaits you in the first pinned comment. By joining this community, you not only gain a valuable resource, but also reaffirm your commitment to never look back. Your transformation is a reality that begins today. Thank you for being part of this space of faith and hope. If this message has resonated with you, please subscribe and turn on notifications. This way we can continue walking together on this journey of light. Your presence strengthens our entire community. May peace and clarity guide each of your steps.